The next speaker I'm introduced is my grant sponsor. And first time I met this addict, he came down here to speak at the time I didn't know, one of my future sponsee brothers. And this past summer, I got a chance to go up to the spiritual tree also. I got to experience something that, I don't know, was out of this world. And he was part of that, you know. And for me to go up there, I got a chance to meet him and my great grand sponsor at the time, you know. And they kind of put my ass in check, you know. I say, damn, this shit for real. And I know he's for real about his recovery, right? And that let me know that I got to get for real about mine too. Yeah. But anyhow, I like to present my grand sponsor from Chicago, Tyrone M. Yeah.
Addict, my name is Tyrone.
Hey, Tyrone.
And as always, I want to thank Almighty God for another opportunity to be of service to Him and His fellowship. So many times, you know, we do this work, and this work is where you show uncommon valor. This is the work that I believe it gets more difficult as you stay, because even though you know that you have the substance that is required to produce the desired results, every day just may not be your day. But the day that you are called, you answer the call no matter what. It don't matter how you feel, Cotton. It don't matter what you got going on. It don't matter that you got a life. What matters is that somebody thought enough of your ass. Somebody thought enough of me to believe that I might have something valuable to offer. And I believe that each one of us, you know, each one of us that has got this gift, man, that Almighty God bestowed upon each individual in the meeting, has a fiduciary responsibility. Fiduciary is one of them words we use in the business that I'm in. It means you got a covenant. You know, a covenant is something, man, that you make when you believe what you say you believe. And if you don't believe this works, it won't work for you. Surviving our emotions. Surviving our emotions. You know, years ago, I used to think that people that were emotional were disturbed, just to find out the opposite, that I was disturbed because I wasn't emotional. Come on now. And I found out from doing this work, man, and staying here long enough around you guys, man, to learn that people who don't feel aren't real. And you can't heal what you can't feel. See, the belief that I've espoused today has come as a result of staying here long enough, man, and doing enough step work to get to the 8th and 9th steps to find out how I really felt about who I really had become. Not who I was, but who I had become since I've been here. Yeah. See, I ain't no new guy. I've been coming for a while. I'm in my 16th year here, man. And a whole lot of things have changed since day one and 16 years later. My whole perspective on life has changed. My life itself has changed. And through this process, man, of staying here and doing the step work, Cosmo, is what has happened. Now, you know, when I was in them wonder years, 4-5 years, wondering was anybody working the program with me, I wondered how the steps worked. You know what I mean? Yeah. But now, if I've stayed here a decade or better, man, I got some real images from the results that have happened to me in my life. See, it's one thing to intellectualize the steps. I've met a lot of intellectuals here. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen a lot of people intellectualize themselves out of here based on they couldn't survive their emotions when somebody shared something and it was the truth about who they really were, even though the person was talking about themselves like me. I'm just talking about me. I ain't said nothing about nobody else. I'm talking about, man, what it's like, Charles, to be here and use the steps the same way you use the dope. Now, I don't want that to go over nobody's head. I'm going to go in the book and tell you where it's at, though. See, a lot of times these steps are designed to bring about a desired result. And in that process, man, learn to survive your emotions once you face the reality of your circumstances of who you've become. Because you remember, this basic text talks about being self-delusional.
Yeah.
I've made myself believe I was somebody that I never was. I'm talking about what's real, man, when you just you, and you, and ain't nobody to impress or dress up in front of. Ain't nobody to drive your car. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody to impress no more. Now you just you with yourself. Who are you when there's nobody else to impress? Who have you become now? And if I share like I'm angry, I ain't mad about nothing. I done got my sick off. I went and laid me a bet and shit, man. I'm having some fun. I'm too old not to have fun. And you a sucker if you in Narcotics Anonymous and ain't having no fun. This is a place that people come because they want to finally give themselves a break.
That's right. Yeah.
If you want to take the cheat off yourself, stay here, join us, and do some work.
Yeah.
You'll survive the emotions once you put the steps in place that'll help you get through it.
Yeah.
When the reality of your circumstances become apparent by the time you get to the 8th and 9th step and it's time to put the work down on paper, when it's time to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to yourself, when the gold and the cheap suits and them old 9 later gators and all that shit don't mean nothing, when it's time to write the exact nature of how people should be still escaping from our ass, if you ain't done none of this work. I'm going to tell you what I know in the book.
Okay.
I read this book a lot. Most of the people I associate myself with, we read this book a lot. You always see people say, man, they always see that all can of little bag. Yep.
That's right.
We know that this is our best defense against the disease of addiction. Because check this out. And this ain't no high-tech shit. The disease of addiction can manifest itself in a variety of mental obsessions and compulsive actions that have nothing to do with drugs.
Hello. Close it up.
We talking about surviving our emotions, man. How come I'm clean and I'm crazy?
Yeah. Well, who the matter with you?
Who the matter with you today? How come I'm still got them same fixed ideas that take me back time and time again to the dereliction, degradation, humiliation, distrust of others, and I'm in a safe place with y'all here? How come I can come here, man, and don't like nobody? How come you came here in desperation, now you get here and you got an attitude of indifference or intolerance? I didn't send for your ass, I'm going to tell you.
Come on, Tyrone.
They should say, man, we're going to pray for the new guy. I should tell them, I hope none of the new motherfuckers show up. See, I like being the newcomer in my little home group, Margaret. I liked it that. Because when I was the new guy, they took me for the chicken wings, the coffee, they gave me $2, then you motherfuckers showed up. I would have stayed a 16-year newcomer. I liked it, that shit. I was important, man.
That's right.
But then after I did my 90 meetings in 90 days and got a sponsor and all that stuff and started to do some of the work, y'all asses come along. They tell me, come on, little newcomer, we're going to take you for coffee. I'm standing there like, what?
What about me?
What about me? New off your ass now. Get to getting. But I'm talking about surviving our emotions, man, after you done did some of the work.
Come on now.
After you made a decision to join us, and you start to take the spiritual x-ray that we talking about in the 4th step, not that bunch of lies and shit you write down on paper. That shit is fictitious. Because let me tell you, man, check this out, Gary. In my mind, I was a hell of a gangster in the game. When I was locked up the last time, I was on the chill, man, with all these murderers and bank robbers and rapists and shit, and the guy said, well, what you in for?
Tell the truth.
I said, well, I'm a bank robber. Now get this. Never mind the fact that I had robbed the kid's piggy bank, I was a bank robber. So the addict mind can manifest in a variety of mental obsessions and compulsive actions that harm people. See, this book talks about, man, I'm going to show you in the book. If you've been here in this step work, man, doing this step work, it's a lot of harm that happens right here in the fellowship. And I'm talking about surviving our emotions, man. I'm going to give you some emotions. I'm going to talk about where this thing has taken me through, man, through this process, man, of staying here and doing this work. And on the reround end, when you coming back through this work now, and it's time to deal with the exact nature of who you've pretended to be. When you practice theft by deception, since you've been here, see, I don't talk a lot about the use. Y'all know how to use. You don't need me to tell you how to use. You know what I'm saying? But the attraction that we talk about in this fellowship is how do people survive their emotions and stay clean? Because remember, if they hadn't came up with the name addiction, they would have called this feeling disease. And y'all from all down south, you remember when I was a little boy down south, my grandparents near me, man, everything that they didn't have a explanation for that was logical, they called it the palsy. I don't know if y'all know about the palsy. A lot of y'all down there, maybe I ain't old enough to know. When I was a little boy, everything that my grandmama couldn't explain to me, I say, Grandmama, what's wrong with Mr. So-and-so, so-and-so? Oh, he got the palsy. Grandmama, what's wrong with so-and-so, so-and-so? Oh, he got the palsy. See, the palsy was one of them catch-all things for anything she couldn't explain. So a lot of times, you know, I see myself sometimes when I'm acting out in that crazy-ass behavior, and my baby can tell you about that, and she's talking about, he got the palsy. You know what I'm saying? So the palsy is the untreated symptoms of the disease of addiction. Because remember now, we're talking about stuff that's manifested itself that ain't got nothing to do with the dope. My emotions, and let me tell you something, emotions in recovery are even more dangerous than when you was using. Because now I ain't got nothing to medicate that shit with. You know what it's like to be miserable clean? I'm talking about, man, when you feeling good, feeling bad. Shit didn't make sense when I said it, did it? When you feeling good, feeling bad, based on your inability attached to intolerance and indifference with your damn self. You know, the literature says when we could no longer stand our old ways. Basic tech stuff, man. This ain't no high-tech shit. When I could no longer stand my old ways, and I started to get to the exact nature of who I had become, in spite of who I was projecting myself off to y'all to be. I'm talking about surviving the emotions, man, of still being a live thief, and all them things that I said I would stop doing once I stopped using. Tell you what the book say, though.
Come on now. Come on, Tyrone.
Let's go into this book. I do this book all the time. This book, page 9, it works. Many of us recall the moment of clarity when we came face to face with our disease. We ain't using.
No.
I'm talking about coming face to face with your disease with some time in the program. After you done walked around the goddamn meetings levitating, laying hands on newcomers and shit.
That's right.
With your good sharing ass.
Tyrone.
Holding the meetings hostage, sharing great bits of nothing you ain't got no fucking experience at. You know, there's a lot of people like that down here in Memphis do that shit. I wish I had seen them. I came to get their ass tonight. Putting that shit off on the new guy. You ain't living like that. Dope fiends don't live like that. You can be greasy and skeezy with some time in the program. Clean time. Take you to the book. Many of us recall the moment of clarity when we came face to face with our disease. All the lies, all the pretenses, and all the rationalizations we had used to justify where we stood, standing on shit that don't exist. Shit you putting on the new guy that you ain't never been able to do. That's some punk ass shit. How you gonna hold somebody else to a standard that you ain't never met yourself? Who in here ain't never laid hands on a newcomer? See? Who in here ain't lied in the relationship that you in now?
Watch yourself.
Mark, yeah, I know you can't get no relationship. Because he can't get no relationship. You know, when you first meet people, man, you meet their representative. You don't meet that person. You meet the representative. It takes some time and some work, man. Everybody want pearly white teeth, but don't nobody want to get their teeth clean because it hurt. It's the same way with your spiritual condition. It's the same way with surviving your emotions, man. You got to become vulnerable to enjoy the feeling. You got to become vulnerable to learn how to survive. You don't know what it feels like until your heart hurts. When your fucking heart hurts, you forget every fucking thing. Sometimes a bag won't even fix it. It's the furthest thing from your mind. I'm talking about, man, when your heart hurts, Gary, you will call on everybody. You'll come to the meeting and take the newcomer hostage. Man, I need to share. What are you talking about? You got a burning desire? I am desire. I'm talking about, man, going through the emotions, man, when you done got caught up. You know the old saying, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. And now you caught up. Caught up a bad motherfucker, boy. Caught up clean is even worse. Especially when you already running on image time. When you've been in the meeting flying your clean time banner. You know, when you Mr. or Mrs. Recovery. You got all of your little sponsorees around and waving balloons, and that's my sponsor. And then that old regular ass relationship you in come apart. And all your little sponsorees together can't hold your ass together. Every time you look up, you in the meeting bleeding on us. You know, you just bleeding, blood gushing everywhere. Sponsees trying to clean the shit up behind you. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about surviving your emotions, man, when you get to the exact nature. And the 8th step talks about new honesty and real honesty. When you've been faking it till you make it. That's some more drunk ass shit you hear in the meeting. Faking it till you make it. You ain't never used no fake dope. Who had a fake habit? That killed me, Kendall. Fake it till you make it. Man, I ain't never wanted no fake dope. Sold a lot of it, but I ain't never wanted none. I'm talking about surviving your emotions, man. It takes you through a process. When you come to the reality, it's just like they was talking about, man, about you get your check and you buy you a pack, you go flip it, and you make up a good pack, you make up an almost good pack, and then you make up some dummies, and then you smoke up the good one, the almost good one, and then buy the dummies yourself. I mean, man, you know, it's a hell of a thing, man, and I'm going to tell you what happens right out this book. You know, I do this book. So you didn't come face to face with the disease, and all the lies, all the pretenses, all the rationalization, they didn't stop working, and you come out of this place we call denial. Denial is the part of our disease that makes it difficult, if not impossible, for us to acknowledge reality. You wake up one day and you're the only one in the relationship left. Everybody gone but you. Curtain down, the lights off, sidewalks rolled up, and now it's just you, and you. No, it's one thing to try and espouse a belief system that's working, but it's a totally different ball game when you holding on to an unhealthy or untrue belief system that stopped working years ago. You done told yourself this lie about I'm looking for Mr. and Mrs. Right, and you're looking for Mr. and Mrs. Right now. And then right now becomes right, and you don't know what to do. So you can't get better in relationships unless you get in one. And relationships are where the emotions come alive, man. You stay clean, shit start getting alive, man. Everything you've anesthetized all these years using the dope starts to throb and shit. Your heart starts to throb. Your feelings come alive, man. And people's feelings are real when you clean. Your feelings are real when you clean. Man, listen, you can drop cotton on my feet and hurt my feelings now.
That's right.
Because, after you stay here for a while, man, me and my main man, he can say shit hurt my feelings. I immediately, man, you hurt my feelings.
You better share, Tyrone.
That means I'm recovering. If you ain't feeling shit, you ain't recovering. Now tell him Tyrone said that. Tell your sponsor or your shaman, cleric, whoever gives a fuck. Because I think a lot of times, man, we assisted in people's spiritual suicide when those of us with some time are still coming here talking about like everything is so hunky-dory.
No, that's right.
It ain't like that.
No.
It ain't like that. Life shows up. Shit go to going wrong.
Yes.
We got health problems. We got relationship problems. Shit be bending in the middle and don't get wet and all kind of shit be happening. Got these old badass kids. You done told yourself to lie so long you done started believing the lie and now you're living the lie.
Yeah.
That's wrong. That's assisted spiritual suicide because somebody coming in on the new gonna buy into that shit.
Yeah.
Then years later when they come back raggedy, you wonder what happened to them. You happened to them. I'm here to tell a new guy, those who done forgot, man, life is what life is. And sometimes the terms change and you don't have nothing to do with the negotiations. And you get angry with God because you back in that same fetal position again because them neglected issues done had babies and they baby kids. And they tearing your ass up this time. But since you ain't been making meetings regularly, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Who are you? You ain't been giving nothing to us. Let me stop that. Check this out, man. So if denial is the part of the disease that makes it difficult, if not impossible, some things have been so ingrained in my character for so long, I don't even see it. You know what it's like, man, to be in a dilemma and don't know you in it? Can you imagine being on a deep recon mission in a neon suit? Now I'm taking y'all somewhere with this. You on a deep recon mission in a neon suit and you don't think nobody see you for who you really are? I'm sharing this for the older guys who around here on this bullshit. The new guy sees your phony ass for who you really are. Because what exposes you is when it's time to step up and live what you say, you ain't available. And I'm saying that because I didn't see a lot of the people with the time here. That says something to an out-of-towner like me.
Hello.
That these people aren't able to survive the emotions attached to the bullshit that they put out in our fellowship. I don't care if you don't like it. I ain't come here to be liked. I'm serving God and the fellowship of Narcotics Anonymous. Not individuals' beliefs or what they think they feel about how they think they feel. I could give a shit. Because all that shit will fit in the cooker.
That's right.
All of it go up in smoke in a New York second. Because I've seen so many profess to believe what we believe, and when it's time to live it, Margot, they ain't here. They going to church some goddamn where. They had a life. That's sickening to me. When I hear people talking about, well, I don't do the service and I don't make the meetings no more because I got a life. You lying. You ain't got shit. What you have is an overdose of denial that's made it difficult, if not impossible, for you to acknowledge reality. So when the storm comes, we can't survive the emotions from the lies and pretenses and the rationalizations. We get high. They'll run you out of here. I'll eat off after this. Yeah. Check this out, man. And here's why I know what happened in my life. Relationships are a place, man, where you do your spiritual maintenance. You're going to do some real spiritual maintenance if you're going to have any kind of success in your emotional development. See, I know a lot of y'all don't want to cop to having ADD. See, most of us don't want to cop to that, but if you're an addict, you got it. Because you evidently wasn't listening when mama and them told you, boy, don't go up there on that corner with them bad boys. Girl, didn't I tell you to stay away from them little heifers smoking that shit? ADD. Attention deficit disorder. I couldn't pay attention. I seen the paddy wagon picking the people up off that corner every Friday, Slime. The paddy wagon would come along. Look, we had old badass police in Chicago named Lock 'em Up Jones, Nate. Lock 'em Up Jones was such a cold police. You know what he would say, Carter? What he say, man? He would drive down the street and tell you, go up on the corner and wait for the paddy wagon. Wait for me. He wouldn't chase you. Right. He'd tell you, did so-and-so tell you I was looking for you last week? Go up on the corner and wait for the paddy wagon. He was so cold-blooded because he killed about 30 people. So it was advisable to go up on that corner and wait. You know what I'm saying? But ADD would tell me, you don't catch me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been able to pay attention, so you can come into the program of Narcotics Anonymous with ADD. It's a component of the disease of addiction. The inability to accept personal responsibility shows up in your emotions. We're going to let that marinate for a minute. The inability to accept personal responsibility, how I feel, is based on the spiritual maintenance I've done. You ain't did no work, man, you in deep shit. Because believe me, Erica be singing, say, what you gonna do when they come for you, bad boy, bad. What you gonna do when your feelings come for you? That's right, that's right. That's exactly it. When it's your turn. Let me tell you what my experience was. I'm in love with a woman. She's in love with me. Shit goes to happening. I show up. You know, there's Tyrone, there's T-Bone, there's Tyrone. Yeah. So, who showed up? T-Bone show up. He like, I got her. But the reality of it was, and I'm going to take you in the book, tell you where this is at, in the 9th step. So many times what's really happening is my insecurity, the immaturity of having to grow up all over again. I came in the program a 38-year-old adolescent. Now I'm a 16-year-old mature person. So between 38 and 16, that's 22, right? So for 22 years, the inability to accept personal responsibility to manage my own emotions has been highly, basic human functions were highly affected. So since I don't have the ability to manage my own feelings, I put that responsibility off on somebody else, man. Now I want you to be responsible for how I feel. A grown-ass man. When I ain't feeling good, it's your fault. I better not go in. That's some deep shit there. But anyway, look, a lot of times what'll happen is, though, I'm telling you what this experience was now. When your heart hurts, when your heart hurts, never mind what's happening to everybody else. We're talking about when your heart hurts. Yeah. And it's time for you to deal with what's real. And what you feel, don't nobody feel it but you. All the sharing in the world can't cover it up, right? That's right, Tyrone. Yeah. All the gators, all the gold, all the poo-poo you could get won't fix it this time. No. See, it's some things only you and God gonna be able to fix. And you know it ain't nothing like a foxhole prayer with a broken heart. Especially if it's yours. It's easy to share when you going through something, ain't it, boo? Share with somebody else. Girl, look, I wouldn't let no motherfucker treat me like that. Right. Man, I don't see how you put up with her. She cheated on you and took your money and did all that old shit. Yeah, but it was my heart. You share your ass off, I'm going to get my bride. I told man, I'm going to get my bride, man. Bullshit ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? All that sharing, Charles, that don't mean shit, because when it's just you, and you taking that real group conscious, well, ain't no rah-rah group. You know, we all be jacking and macking, you know what I'm saying, when we with the crew. But when Boo show up, girl, what you want? That's right. All that shit changes. You know how you supposed to be doing, girl, I don't see how you let that motherfucker talk to you like that. Yeah, right. It ain't no fun till the rabbit get the gun. See, it's easy. It's easy to have your microscope on somebody else and can see the fly in their backyard, but you can't see that pink elephant standing on your toe. See, I'm talking about surviving the emotions of rejection. You know what it's like to be rejected? Rejection is a triangle of emotions, man. Shit go to coming up and bubbling. I'm going to show you where it's at in the book. In this book. Check this out, man. The reason I know it to be a fact, because I ain't talking about no shit happening when I was using it. I'm talking about last year's shit. Motherfucker sitting right there. Word the fuck out of me. But the reality of it was, see, God in his infinite wisdom already knows the work that you need to do. In spite of your inability not to want to do it. Yeah. See, a lot of things, man, the 11th step is so clear that God's will is your own true will for yourself. Do you want to be happy? Yeah. See, everybody want to be happy, but happiness has a price. Yeah. Success has a price. And the reason I know it's got a price because I had to pay it. Yeah. I had to get off the fucking image time and get on some real time. Yeah. Because, here's what the literature say, this page 8. See, I don't never get out the first step. People say, you still talk about the first step in the dope. Yeah. I came here because the dope, so everybody know. Yeah. I ain't come here because of nothing else. The dope chased me in here to meet y'all. Yeah. I wouldn't have never fucked with y'all if it hadn't been for the dope. Period. Right. Drugs are still a major problem for me. Yeah. That's some stupid shit people say to me. You ain't got no drug problem. Okay, we're going to ante up and get you a bag then, motherfucker, and see. Let's see you do just one. Y'all need to stop people from saying that in the meeting, because the new guy will hear that shit. Because you got 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. I don't care if you got 52 years. This is a program for men and women that drugs have become a major problem. New guy, you hear motherfucker say that in the meeting, get up and move your chair. You need to be on suicide alert. Here's why they say it. Page 8. Perhaps we arrived in NA without recognizing the problems we had for what they were.
Hello.
Oh yeah, the drugs chase you in here, but what was your problem that took you to the dope in the first place? What emotions couldn't you survive? What couldn't you endure that took you to the dope? What chased you to the dope in the first place? That's the question. Then you get here and the dope gone. What's chasing your ass now? I think though through this process that I went through, as I survived the emotions of staying the course. Most of us aren't successful. I hadn't been successful up until this point of being satisfied that I'd done my best until I did my best. Because the third step tells us, in the basic text, when we've done our best, the program works for us as it worked for countless others. Want something to work for you, work hard at it. Stay the course. Me and my friend Mark, they were talking about, man, we on a narrow path. A narrow path, man. Every now and then it wiggles, but it don't get no wider. Yeah. A narrow path. And that narrow path, man, requires the extraordinary of the ordinary. I hang with a group of guys and girls, man, that have some extraordinary abilities. They can see me coming when I can't see myself. They'll know when T-Bone is sharing. They know when Tyrone is sharing. They know when I'm on bullshit. I tell them right away, when I came down there, I said, man, I'm on some bullshit, Adolph. Now listen, leave me alone. I'm going to share so and so, but right now I'm on this. Because I'm too old can do to make excuses. You know what it's like, man, to get to a point in your life where you've realized that you've lived longer than you're going to live? See, life gets real then. All the pretenses, all the lies, all the rationalization, that shit goes out the door. The gig's up. You know what it's like? You buy dummies? Would you like to buy a dummy? Clean? Buy a dummy clean again? I done bought some now, don't get me wrong. I done listened to some of the lies I told myself. I done listened to some of the lies y'all told me. Sometimes I like people that lie to me.
Tell me a good lie.
Tell me a good lie so I can laugh. You know, I said to me, man, you hear that dumb ass shit that motherfucker said? Some dumb shit. But the reality of it is I recognize the ability of this disease to pervert the how somebody else's perversion can make you a pervert. And I ain't talking about no sexual shit. I'm talking about somebody's belief that's been so perverted for so long, they think it's real and then want you to co-sign that shit.
Go ahead on.
This is gonna be something, man, that I don't know how y'all gonna grab this, man. But the path I'm on, a lot of y'all ain't gonna travel with me. And I tell people, you say, well, you can't be my friend. Being my friend is risky, ain't it, man? Cause see, if you say you my friend, then you gonna have to be accountable and be responsible.
That's right.
To the friendship. You know what I'm saying? If you can't be accountable and responsible, then you can't have nothing of any substance. That's why we have all these shallow ass relationships in Narcotics Anonymous. Because we meet the representative, and the representative wearing the mask, and the mask got makeup, and you can't tell the difference between the mask, the makeup, and the representative. Right. You wake up in the bed with some stranger. Who's this motherfucker?
Hello.
3 of them. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got 5 minutes. I got it. So, you know what I'm saying? Who did you wake up with yesterday? Did you know who you were? Did somehow the picture leave you out the frame? See, surviving your emotions, man, will take some hard work. It's like getting your teeth clean. Sometimes you got to go down in the gums, Jack, and the gums gonna bleed. But the end result is what I'm looking for. See, looking good and feeling good is two different things. Margaret was sharing about insides and outsides. We look good, artists, but we feel like shit. And pretty soon the inside will reflect on the outside. It won't take long, Charles. It'll show the fuck up. Especially with people that's got a lot of time. When shit ain't going good, it shows up right away because they don't have the ability to survive the emotions of living with the image time that comes along with having a lot of clean time.
That's right.
That's some tough shit to do. To come back here to this podium and to Narcotics Anonymous, if you done floated out here on a cloud of religious zeal and holding hands with the higher power and your God and how good he's been to you, what about when that old ragged ass relationship ended? Was God good? What about when them kids of yours break bad and do some crazy shit that put your life in disarray? Was God good? See, I don't believe y'all believe. And I challenge people's belief systems all the time. If you believe so much, what you whining about? Grateful addicts don't whine, they accept their fate. It is what it is, Gary. It is what it is. I'm 54. I ain't gonna get to be 54 again. I ain't seen no 108-year-old dolphins in the meetings. I'm having a good time with the best of the rest of this life. Me and my best friend live by that.
Wow.
We live by that. Man, I'm rolling this motherfucker till the wheels fall off. Trying to keep me a young woman so she can roll me the fuck around if I can't roll. Yeah. Bullshit ain't nothing. Come get me a main man, boo. We can't roll. You know what I'm saying? But surviving the emotions of being able to tell the truth about who you've become. See, it's easy to talk about who you used to be.
Yeah.
But I know that in the 6th step, you can't become who you want to be until you drop who you used to be. I ain't going to tell on you and Mark, Ant. But in closing, man, I want to welcome the new guy to a wonderful way of life, man. Don't let nobody sell you no dummies here. Chump, if Chump talking about his clean time, ask him how he living today, though.
Watch yourself. Watch yourself.
Can you loan me $5, man? I need to eat. Can you take me to eat with you?
Right.
Since you're sharing so goddamn good, main man just get a stud his hat off his head.
Right.
You know, if you can't live it, you can't pass it on. You can't give away something you ain't never had. If you ain't had no spiritual awakening, don't be talking about it.
Yeah.
Don't be assisting people in their spiritual suicide, man. Tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Thank y'all for letting me share.